If he was my child, I would want somebody else to stand up for him.
On the evening of April 28th, Shamarki Omar says he started.
Good for him. Good on him. I mean, whatever your opinion is on what happened here, yeah, if something something happened to my child, I would want an adult to take up for my child. So,
Recording a now viral video of a woman shouting racial slurs at a 5-year-old special needs boy.
I thought she was going to deny it and walk away. When there was a video and she saw that I was recording, she doubled down and even tripled down now.
With a child of his own on the spectrum, Omar says he felt he was doing what he thought was right.
If nobody else is going to do it, I'm going to have to do it. I don't have to ask permission, or should I do it or not, for anybody.
A woman who has identified herself as Shilo Hendrix has crowdfunded more than $430,000 as of Friday night with a goal of $1 million to protect her family after she says her personal information was released, asking, quote, "help to assist in protecting my family. I fear that we must relocate." End.
well, first of all bullshit on $1 million. If you need $1 million, that's to take care of yourself. That's to pad yourself. You're getting paid for this situation. You don't need $1 million to relocate. That's bullshit. But secondly, look, I'm very conservative, but this is bullshit. You don't talk to a kid this way. I don't care what your reasoning is. Your logic doesn't mean anything to me. This is wrong. Why are we allowing our morality to slip out in such a way? Why is this acceptable? Regardless of what your feelings are about the N-word, should we be able to say it? Should we not? Look, if you want to know what I think, we don't use it in my house. I have black family. But even beyond that, if someone asks me not to use a word, they say it's offensive. I don't care if they use it or not. If they ask me, look, it's offensive, please don't use that terminology, I don't have a problem not using that terminology. The only thing is, I've had this discussion in my house. Well, you're not going to use that in my house either. You want to kick it with the boys at your place? You do whatever the hell you want to do. That's your place. But in my place, you ask me not to use it? Fine, I'm not going to use it. We don't use it. But what you won't do is then come there and use it and like I'm supposed to accept it. No, hell no. We're not doing that. Otherwise, I'm going to ask you to leave.
Quote,
I don't know what to say. It's mind-boggling. I don't know. I thought she was going to get punished for this, but apparently not. She's getting rewarded.
Meanwhile, the Rochester branch of the NAACP has showed its support for the child affected by also crowd.
Well, let's slow down on how terrible it is. First of all, it's not a crime. It's not even a crime. Is it wrong? Absolutely, it's wrong. Would I love to have seen another woman post her in the face? Yeah, I would be okay with that. I mean, she's a piece of shit, in my opinion. That's bullshit. You don't talk to a child that way. And you damn sure don't give her money. I wouldn't give her money. But to act like she committed a crime, I don't think she committed a crime. I mean, what are we talking about? It's a word. It's something she said. But yet, people are supposed to be able to, you know, there is a double standard here now. Don't be mistaken. If a black person said it to a white person, something offensive, we're supposed to suck it up and move on about our day. Now, that's part of the crux of the matter, that people are fed up. But it's still, even if you're fed up, you can't condone this.
Crowdfunding more than $150,000 in donations by Friday night with a goal of $250,000. Omar says he and his family have received death threats.
he's been threatened, and the rest of the kids also have a death threat against them.
To the 15,000 supporters who have donated to Hendrix's fundraiser, Omar says this.
Living with hate, you know, is very stressful, and it shortens your life. So being happy and welcoming is the better way. Change yourselves.
Thank you. Hey, I like that guy now. Look, you do got to stand up for the children, always. And look, he did that, and he's having to go through the brunt of this for it. So I salute him. I've got no respect for her, but that doesn't mean she committed a crime. And if and the money situation is just tacky, and I wouldn't give her any money. But you know, there we are. I don't know what else to say about it.
Accountability. That's what those with the Rochester branch of the NAACP are calling for in the wake of a viral video of a woman using a racial slur against a child.
But realistically, what can be done? Well, we sat down with a lawyer to find out. ABC 6 News reporter Alex Karowski joins us live now in the newsroom. And Alex, we know that charges have actually been referred to the county attorney's office in this particular case, but do we know if it will actually go anywhere?
Maisie, Robin, members of the NAACP tell me they want Shilo Hendrix to be prosecuted, but the lawyers spoke with have different opinions on if that's going to happen.
I am pissed off. You know, there's a lot of anger, righteous anger, you know, to this. Not just for me, but everybody.
It's that anger that's pushed those with the NAACP to demand Shilo Hendrix be held accountable after a viral video showed her calling a man and a child a racial slur.
That's what we're calling for her to be charged.
But whether criminal charges can actually happen depends on who you talk to.
I think the prosecutor's going to have a bit of a tough time getting past First Amendment issues, you know, a constitutional change.
Yeah, I don't understand what they expect to be done. She does have a right to free speech. Like I said, is it tacky? Is it morally below people? It should be. If you're an adult, that should be below you. Is the child going to be scarred for life? Come on, dude, get out of here with that bullshit. The child's not going to be scarred for life over that. But would I, as an adult, sit around and watch another adult call a child that? Hell no. No. You know, you fight for our children, regardless of their race. But that doesn't mean this woman should go to jail over it. She has free speech, and it is tacky, but that doesn't mean she's not allowed to say it. She just shouldn't say it. You know, not everything you should or shouldn't do has to be legislated.
Just right off the bat.
Other lawyers believe it's a case that could stick.
The charges that would be brought by the city attorney's office here would be based on personally abusive epithets that are inherently likely to produce a violent reaction.
In other words, Bill Murray with the Schatz law firm says words alone are not sufficient probable cause, but the words in combination with Hendrix's alleged behavior could be.
That's being personally directed towards a child in an aggressive manner by an adult woman.
Inside the NAACP's town hall, some of the community are demanding people stand up against racism.
You see something going, you got to point something out, you got to do something, right? Because if you expect somebody else to do it, it never gets done, right?
It's called the bystander effect, and those calling for justice say it must be eliminated. Rochester police have referred charges to the Olmsted County Attorney's Office, but it's unclear what, if anything, will happen next.
Look, I'm glad the guy stood up for. I'm for that 100%. But like I said, I don't think it's constitutional to try to put her in jail. I think she's full of shit with trying to get money out of it. She's trying to benefit from it. I'm not for either one of those things. How about treating each people better? You know, yeah, what if their kid did something? So what, dude? Kids are kids. Kids are going to do kid stuff. Sometimes kids grab a toy, you know. Sometimes kids hit kids. But they're kids. They can hit kids. When adults start doing that, You know, let's keep the let's keep the guards running the asylum. You know what I'm saying? When the inmates run it, we're losing our morality. We're losing our sanity. Like, comment, and subscribe down below. This is going to be my first video from a new channel, Flanley Unfiltered. Thank you.